of superiority. Sometimes it indicates envy or a desire for retaliation. Those who criticize should first look to themselves. They will find greater faults within themselves than in others. One other last one. Sometimes I pass my time in counting the evolutionary numbers. It is infinite. This illusion as infinite as God. This is zero. The illusion is zero. The result is zero. But that which produces zero is infinite in its working. That is, 7 minus 7 is 0. 8 minus 6 plus 2 is 0. 1000 minus 100 plus 100 is 0. You can bring about this result of 0 in an infinite number of ways. Why? Take the trouble to have consciousness. The smell is in the rose, but not the smelling. God has power, bliss, light, peace, but he wants to express himself. So, to gain consciousness, all this fun. And what fun? I love the fun. In this fun, I suffer infinitely. Jai Baba.
Thank you so much, Jayshima. That was wonderful to have your share. I appreciate your reading, and I hope we'll hear more from you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Jeff, you are next, and then I think Lanita. I didn't see a hand, but oh, Jeff. Let's do Jeff now. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta.
Oh,
Jeff.
I was going. Lanita read that little piece about Saint Mira, and I just was going to recite a couplet
Oh,
where Mira says, "A a mother and daughter were being sold into slavery, and they had just one moment to say goodbye forever. Mira says, I cling to God like that moment." I'll say it again. A mother and daughter were being sold into slavery, and they had just one moment to say goodbye forever. Mira says, I cling to God like that moment. Yeah.
oh, that's beautiful. Mm.
Mm.
Thank you, Jeff. Mm. Now, Lanita, did you have something to share? I'm not seeing a hand. Lanita, are you
My
there?
hand was not up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you had one.
Yeah.
Just
I
sorry.
already shared that
Oh,
story.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, wonderful. Wow, what an arty. My goodness. Mm,
Everyone's free to
beautiful, Jeff.
self unmute as you wish, of course.
Oh my goodness. That was a wonderful. Now, where was this couplet from, Jeff?
I don't know. I found it in a book.
That's beautiful. Oh, wow.
There's a beautiful, the prayer of Mother Teresa, which was, Dear Lord, break my heart so completely that the whole world falls in.
Oh, mm.
This is the way these people talk, you know?
Yeah.
Break my heart so completely that the whole world falls in.
Mm. It makes me think of what is it, Leonard Cohen? The cracks are what the let the light in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Well, I think we're all speechless. I am anyway. Beautiful, beautiful time. My goodness. Hmm. We're hearing you, Prakash. You want to sing some more?
Oh, no, no. Just hum,
Oh, it
humming
sounds
to my, humming to myself, not realizing that I have unmuted.
yeah, that
Uh,
was sweet.
We are yourself, so keep humming.
yeah.
Yes.
Here's here's one from Rumi that you Betty, that reminded me of this quote. This is Rumi. Don't turn your head. Keep looking at the bandaged place. That's where the light enters you.
Mm.
And don't believe for a moment that you are healing yourself. Don't turn your head. Keep looking at the bandaged place. That's where the light enters you. And don't believe for a moment that you are healing yourself.
Ah, wow.
The light comes in through the wound.
Mhm.
Hey, Jeff.
Oh, yes.
I was wondering if you can, if you remember the story about this lady by name Patty in California, in Los Angeles, I believe. And I thought I'll just jog your memory to see if you know. If you know, I mean, you can say the story better than I do. But this is about this lady who cries out, Meher Baba loves you, when she was in danger. Do you remember that story?
You mean about the woman that was like a waitress and
Yes, yes, yes,
when
yes.
you probably remember better than I do.
No, I just it's a little fresh in my memory because I just heard Eric say narrate the story in one of the audios I listened to. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, she was finishing up her work at a restaurant late at night. I think it was around 2 in the morning, and she'd gone to this garage to get her car. This is as I remember it. And these three men uh, uh, came after her, and she screamed out Baba's name, and she saw their faces like contort in fear and run off. Right?
yeah, I think a little background maybe I can, since it's a little fresh in my mind.
Yeah.
Her name is Patty, I believe, and she works as a waitress, like Jeff mentioned. But she works in one of those restaurants on their pier in Los Angeles, and what happens is if you want to park your car anywhere near the pier in a lighted place, it costs you more, and she couldn't afford the cost, so she would park the car under the pier, where it is not well lit, and she would work there, and that's a background. And I believe one night she has a dream. In that dream, she sees a couple of men, trying to, I mean, one holds her from the back and the other one tries to use all wrong words, and then almost in a situation of molestation. And then she gets very, afraid in the dream. And then she says, Meher Baba loves you, Meher Baba loves you, Meher Baba loves you, 3 times in the dream itself. And then she finds that, these two men go away by saying, stop saying that, stop that, stop that. I mean, don't say that, stop, don't say that. And then they vanish. And then she wakes up, and then she remembers this dream very vividly. And then she narrates a story to her, this dream to her friend, and her friend says, thank goodness you've taken Baba's name, and then he always helps you when you're in need. And that's what happens. And a couple of days after, she again obviously is working at this particular place. And it so happens that that night she works pretty late, till 3 in the morning. And then she comes out again, the car is under the pier, in a not a well-lit place. And then as she's coming down, she sees 2 men, one holding her at the back from the back, the other one again trying to, showing a knife and threatening her, and then saying all wrong words. And then she says again, she suddenly remembers that dream, And then she says, Meher Baba loves you, Meher Baba loves you, Meher Baba loves you. And
Uh,
then again, the same words they repeat. Stop saying that, don't say that. And then they walk away. They run away from the scene. And that's a story.
beautiful.
And
Yeah.
then she recalls how Baba helps us, that he won't take away the karma that you have to go through, but then he has given you the tools to prepare for it, and then
Yeah.
handle it the way he wants you to. So
Yeah.
that was a beautiful story.
Oh,
Yeah.
hmm.
That'd been maybe many years that I heard that. Maybe
Right.
30 years
Yeah.
ago or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And then again, the same lady has a daughter, uh, and the mother obviously is bringing up an environment of Baba in the house, and then saying that Baba is God and things like that. And then, but the little kid would say nothing when the daughter was small, but when she grows up to be 6 or 7, she says, "You always keep saying Baba is God, but I don't want to believe it till I know it." And then the mother says, "Well, I can't give you any other answer other than my saying that he's God. But if you want to, you can ask God yourself and figure out whether he is God." And then, and then having said that, now the little one says, "Well, I'll believe him only if he gives me a blue rose." And now you know about the blue roses, and they're not part of the creation, and this and that. And then the mother is now very, worried that, I have put the challenge in to her, and now she is asking for the impossible, and then it will become difficult to prove that God exists. Well, anyway, so after that, they drive to a library, and they go into the library, and then girl being little, and she wants to have the stories read to her. And then they both go to the library, and the mother points to various books that are there. And the girl picks, not this one, not this one. Well, I like that one. And then she picks a book, and then she opens a book, and then she sees the title of the book is The Blue Rose.
Yeah. Wow. I even know who that person is now that you
Yeah,
mentioned
Patty, I believe, right?
Molly. It was Molly Hay.
Oh, okay.
Molly Hay.
Oh, the daughter?
Must have been Razi Hay. Molly married Merwan Irani. That's Dara and Amrit's son.
Oh, okay.
And they have the Chai Pani restaurant up in
Oh, okay.
Nashville and a number of different places. Wow. I remember Molly telling me that, but I didn't know it was her mother who had that experience
Yeah,
in the parking lot or under the pier. Wow.
yeah.
That must have been Razi. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I'm going to say goodbye to you folks. I got to go in.
Oh, no late night, Jeff?
I'm working.
Thank
Yeah. Inside.
you. Jai Baba.
But I'll think of you guys. I'm going to the lagoon cabin now. So
Oh,
Jai
I'll
Baba.
think of you folks.
that's
Jai
tough.
Baba. Thank you all. Jai
You
Baba.
got to remember 21 names here.
Yeah.
I can get it. I think I can do it.
Yes, we'll
Jai
make
Baba.
you work for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Take us
Thank
with
you,
you.
Jeff. Jai Baba.
Yes, Jai Baba. Good night.
Oh, good night.
Yeah, Baba. Good night.
Oh my goodness, what a sweet time tonight. Oh, that was wonderful. Mm. Mm. Oh, Alan's here. We just time it beautifully. You're the late night shift, Alan.
Yeah. he must be the host now. Yeah, there it is.
Oh,
Alan is the
yeah,
co-host.
he's there. Well, I guess I should mosey too. I have to have dinner time around here. So I'll say Jai Baba.
Thanks, Betty. Your
Jai
song
Baba.
is in my head.
Oh, great.
True.
You have to send me the lyrics. Maybe
I'm
I'll
gonna
sing
send
that
you.
one day.
I'm gonna send. There's a wonderful video, but it's a funny, kooky guy who wrote it. Oh, Willie Schultz is his name. I'll send you the video.
I love it. Thank you.
Hey, Baba.
Yeah. Jai Baba.
Baba.
I guess everybody's going to bed, huh?
Looks like.
No late nights. I just today's today I'm finally off. I finally just got off work for the weekend.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, that's
So
great.
he can keep awake tonight, right?
Get some rest, Alan. Get some rest.
Yeah, I probably need to get some rest from the week. That was a long week.
Yeah. Any stories for the day?
For the night, you mean?
Yeah, night.
Do I have any stories?
Yeah.
Well, there's something I wanted to share in Kitty's book. When Baba says, you want millions of things, you say, I want this, I want that, and wanting inevitably leads to suffering. So try your best, your very best, by loving more, and then you will want less and less of that which is beyond your needs. And I found it interesting when he says, try seriously. Because when it's your right to be happy, why try to be unhappy by wanting things? You do not get that which you want, you're disappointed. And when you do, you do not actually want it. Long for, and want only the one thing. Oh, somebody's cat's going off the chain.
That is so cat.
It's Hendrix. He's missing the arty singing.
Hey, by the way,
He doesn't go much for the talking, but he loves the singing.
Prakash, that those songs I've heard before.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, those I was given a CD. I don't know where. I think actually I might have found it in Adrian's old CD case. But yeah, those songs are beautiful.
Yeah, that's a very popular CD. I mean, and all songs are just wonderful. And, you know, there are a couple of songs by somebody by name Namdev Sholapuri, and he has a couple of songs. I mean, one is the New Life song in Hindi. Oh God, that guy really takes. He's got a wonderful range, and Baba actually had very nice words for him. He says, "This man apparently is very short." So Baba said, "You're so short, but your voice is so, you know, I mean, deep. I mean, you know." And that's the beauty.
Yeah, I wish I could have a playlist of all these people who actually sang for Baba. I know there's a one lady that she was like famous, and Baba asked her to come sing, and she was like, kind of, I forgot what it was. She was kind of had a lot of ego about it.
Oh, right. I think I know her name. Is Begum Akhtar. Begum Akhtar.
Yeah,
One of the very famous singer. Yeah.
She wanted to charge or something.
Oh, she was the really ghazal queen. I mean, the best you can actually listen to. And Baba, and later she comes actually. Initially, she's a little, you know, adamant, and then demands money to come to Baba. But later, and she realizes, and then she comes down. And in 1962 or something, I don't exactly know. But then when there's a whole night of singing by her, and Eric says, in that night, Baba would explain the meaning of the songs and pause her whenever there is something Baba wanted to say, convey. And then Eric said, we needed not kerchiefs, we needed towels because she was weeping all the time.
Have you heard her, Alan? Oh. Alan just went away in mute format. Yeah, really, her voice is something.
Yeah, yeah. There are lots of famous ghazals, but I know very few. But the one we know very well is that Hey Mohabbat.
Oh God, yeah, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Alan, have you heard her? Okay. He has to go.
Yeah. Oh, noodles, real fast. Okay.
Now, like her, there is another singer. I'm not sure if you heard Abida Parveen.
I heard about her, but never heard her actually singing. Yeah.
I'll play some, but she also sings beautifully. All Sufi songs.
Yeah. Okay. She lives. She sings spiritual ghazals or something like that.
Yeah, all Sufi songs.
Okay. 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 Any stories? Anybody?
Oh, stories.
You know, today in the audio tape I was listening to, Erich goes on, and then he was inciting. I mean, he was asking everybody to share Baba love stories. So, Ferishte, maybe we can have one such session where people simply share Baba love stories.
Oh, that would be so sweet. You know, special moments in people's lives where they've been touched by him, or
Not necessarily your own life. I mean, I don't have many stories to tell, but I can always borrow stories from others.
yeah. Are you talking about personal stories, or stories about the mantra?
Any stories that you are moved by? I mean, this one got really, you know, how Baba prepares you ahead of time. You know, like Baba always says, I cannot take away your karma, but I can give you the strength to handle it. And that's what he did with that lady. He comes in a dream, prepares her, and then next day the real thing happens, and then boom, and the problem is solved. And so that's beautiful.
My mind is very blank right now, so I can't think. It's, you know, by the time night rolls around, it's almost 11 o'clock here. You know, I'm like ready for
Yeah,
bed.
me too.
So tired.
No,
But
Flint, we got
Yeah,
used to late.
the funny part, Farishte, is like when I'm sitting here and listening to all of you, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna fall asleep right here. And then I
you know,
walk to my bedroom and then I'm like awake again. I'm like, okay.
I know there's been many a night where I've fallen asleep, but then woken up to continue the late nights. You know, it's like it's addicting. But that's good. We're very blessed to have these moments with each other and Baba.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jeff is the life of the party, and when he's not here, we're kind of low energy. He brings something. He brings something to the table.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's always asking people questions.
Yeah.
So, Alan, I was asking you if, are you back? Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've heard Begum Akhtar.
I don't know if I've heard Big Art. What are they, singer?
Yeah. The one that we were just talking about.
No, I was trying to find her music on YouTube. I couldn't find anything.
Okay, well, let me see if I think her name is like this. Akhtar. Difficult name. Yeah, Begum Akhtar, Mohabbat. There we go. That's the perfect one.
Are there actual recordings of her singing?
Yes, I'm gonna.
Oh,
Nice.
YouTube, you find a bunch of them. I mean, I think. But,
All right, are you guys ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna share after the ad is skipped. A second, I'm gonna share content.
Meanwhile, Dinku, I have sent you the link via phone as well. I mean, in the chat box.
Thanks, Prakash. I'll just check it
Anytime.
out.
I sent you an
Thank
email
you.
as well. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Anytime, Jai Baba.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know how to do the broadcasting from an iPhone. Can you
Wait.
guys see my screen?
Coming. Yeah, what?
Can you guys hear it at all?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear.
Good. Okay.
There's a huge government scandal going on that I need your help with.
Good, isn't it? Just outstanding.
That's another her number one songs. I think Baba liked that very much. Basically, it essentially says love means pain. Basically, I mean sorrow. I mean, I mean you'll have, but there is joy in it. But then it also is accompanied by suffering.
Yeah.
And
my phone can't go.
In 1962, the song sang before Baba Best Malgar called Talim. And she again sang that song in October.
Hey, Merchant.
Yeah.
You may be a little away from your phone or whichever device you're using. If you can come up, we can hear you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. Latalime, she sang this song with, she asked to sing before the Baba in 1962 East West Gathering. And when she was a small girl, teenage girl, and she again sang this song on the 50th anniversary of East West Gathering at Mehrabad. So, and she also sang one more song which Begum Akhtar sang for Baba, Rajaji. I didn't remember the words, but these two songs were sang at the 50th anniversary of 1962.
Who, her granddaughter or?
No, Latali May.
Oh, okay.
Latali May, this one girl, she also sang the A Mohabbat on 1962 East West Gathering. This thing. That's
Yeah,
all.
actually, that is incredible because Darwin Shaw talks about it and he says the whole night, I mean, they all could feel it and they just, I mean, they were awake most of the night, I believe. I mean, till late in the morning. And it just went on and then there was so much
Well, her,
love.
her voice is so intoxicating. There's something in her voice that's just, kind of reminds me of her style a little bit of the Persian classical singers that we had.
No,
Beautiful.
I've never been to India, but when I was just listening to that, I looked to my left and I saw that the sun is setting, and so you can look into the sun. So and then I was like, I could smell all these smells. I don't know. I just smelled all these smells and like these noises and the way it feels. But I've never been to India. I don't know. It's very beautiful.
Happens, right? Yeah. I mean, in a way, we are everywhere.
Now I
Go
want to
ahead.
listen to her all night long.
Yeah.
We should do that. That would be a good program to just show her videos for an hour.
Yeah, but at the same time, we need somebody to actually explain the way Baba perhaps did, Baba did in that night when she sang. Because
my God.
I tell you, this is a lot of it is what you call the language Urdu. And I understand three verses of the song she wrote. But there is one verse where there are a couple of words I don't even understand, even though I get the meaning behind.
Which words are that? Do you remember?
The last verse, actually, I don't exactly know what it reads, but while listening to this, I know the meaning, obviously. I mean, I can sense it and everything. But when the individual words themselves to me are a little off my range.
Yeah, well, interesting. There's a little thing called Begum Akhtar Ghazal lyrics on online. I wonder if that might have something. I'll keep looking here. Click to download.
What are her songs usually based on? Like, what was she usually singing about? Was she heartbroken?
Yeah, I mean, most of the songs seem to show expressions of, an expectation that you have. But, again, at the same time, one of the second verses of her song is basically, the second verse means, I spend all evenings expecting something to happen, something like that. But this particular evening, when I remembered your name, all that I could do was to just weep, cry, and shed tears, and that's what she says.
That's what it feels like she's saying.
Yeah.
Is she sing in Urdu all the time?
That's what I thought. Right,
Yeah.
Sunny? It's Urdu all the time. It's one of the greatest languages ever, I think. I mean, to me, Urdu is a beautiful language. At some point, I mean, if I have another life, I want to be an expert in understanding Urdu at least. I mean, it's one of the greatest languages ever.
Prakash, Pratap uncle made a CD by name called The Ghazals Liked by Meher Baba. And also he made an explanation of all the ghazals which Baba liked ghazals.
Wow.
I may have the CD. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I didn't listen to it. I have. I think I may have it. I'll take a
All
look.
the ghazal. Yeah. But this ghazal is missing in that. Hey,
Okay.
Mohabbat. Yeah.
Do you know the meaning of the last verse, or if you know the song? I mean, I don't remember it anyway.
When we're talking about heartbreak, it reminds me of that story of when that woman lost both I think it was both her son and her husband. It was like a big death that she experienced in her family, and I think because Baba had said he had said not to cry, so she was just holding it all in, and I forgot I don't know where I read this story. It was somewhere online, I think, but she basically was like holding it in, and then the women Mandali were like, it's okay, it's okay to cry, like you could let it out, and she was just like not going to do it. And then Baba said, okay, well, have her come to me, and then she came to see Baba, and he said, like something along the lines of, you know I'm very pleased with I'm very pleased with how much you've followed my orders, or you've pleased me so much. You please me so much that it makes me want to cry. And then he started crying.
Wow.
And when he started crying, she completely like just let it all out at his feet. But can you imagine that? Like he was like, I'm so moved by you that it makes me weep. And then she was just the floodgates were, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine that, but I think a lot of people get that mixed up, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't cry or show emotion, because I know Bob has said that, but I sometimes I wonder about that.
Yeah, but it's tough. I mean, when it happens, it happens. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of Baba lovers, they just can't hold it anymore.
Oh, I can't. I just let the tears flow if I feel if I
Yeah.
don't I can't hold them back for myself. I mean,
You know, even if I recall, Baba also had shed tears couple of times. I mean, in his physical life. Once when Gustav Jeep passed away,
whoa,
and
really?
had tears in his eyes, and
Wow.
that's one instant I recall. And there was also another moment, but I forget which one. But definitely when Gustav passed away, Baba had tears in his eyes.
Mm. Yeah, I know Erich said there was only a few times that he actually saw Baba shed tears, or yeah.
And now there is a second instance you're narrating, which I didn't know. So there must be at least a couple of other occasions when that happened.
I mean, to read the details of where, if you could find that, but if just to read the actual details of how it went, it was like
Yeah,
it makes
that
you
would help. Yeah.
very moved when you
But
yeah.
Gustavji, I mean, it's unbelievable, right? He maintained silence for 32 years or some number like that, 32 or something. It's huge. Of course, I mean, for anybody to keep silence is not easy. When I kept silence on July 10th, I broke it a couple of times by saying unnecessary words here and there, but definitely I said Baba once, fortunately. But the next day, the lingering effect of having kept silence still remains. And then when you speak, you feel, you've done something not appropriate or something the next day.
Yeah, my first time keeping silence was last year, and it was very I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, but it was very uncomfortable. Like it was very I don't know what the word is. I mean, like it literally just felt like my skin was on fire. Let's just put it like that. Like, and I don't know why. I really don't know why, because I I don't tend to. talk a whole lot when I'm at home. So why would it be? I think it was just the thought that like I cannot speak, and it made me want to speak more.
Yeah, that's what it is.
So, but I was very, but it felt very, I have to say that compared to this year when I just, I couldn't keep silence because my job is completely over the
Yeah,
phone.
no.
But the keeping silent the whole day was, and then when I finally was able to speak, yes, it was definitely an experience of like, is it inner depth that you can kind of like rest in when you're in that silence. And yeah, the next day I could definitely feel the difference of when I broke it and was talking to people. And yeah, I think it reserves a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely.
Prakash,
Yeah.
in the same thing Baba has expressed when Gadekar died.
Oh, okay.
Gadekar died. He says he asked all the Mandali members to lift his body, and Baba also took that on his shoulder and asked to tell Bhakta Sikhamani Gadekar ki jai.
Bhakta Sikhamani. Okay.
Sikhamani. Yeah. He said so. And similarly on occasion when Baba for the memorial tower, he expressed his thought to Masaji and Chanji on 24th December 1944. The basis for the memorial tower, which Baba has given the list, 1944. Subsequently, it was added up to 350, and then lastly they added 3 names. So 353 names were there.
Wow. Did you guys see that new video that was posted on the Maher Center website? I forgot what it's called, but it's like a 43-minute long video of Baba when he gave his 1965 darshan in Pune.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the ancient one. Is that the title of the
Yes.
movie? Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's a beautiful one. Yeah,
I
I
hadn't
mean,
seen that.
oh, okay. Have you seen Meher Baba's call?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's
very
to
meaningful.
me that's a beautiful one. I mean,
Yeah.
in times of trouble, I mean, if you play it, you feel better after. So
Yeah, it's a beautiful
that's a
one.
great one. Yeah.
Even
And Darwin Shaw's narration is just takes you out of this world there.
Yeah. Were you going to say something? How did you know how to say your name? Jaish?
Merchant. Oh,
Yeah,
Jason.
I mean, I also watched that Meher Baba's call very frequently.
Yeah,
Yes.
all the time.
That was the 1954 Three Incredible Weeks, or what was that? What was that part of?
That is definitely
footage?
1954. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly. I mean, but I think they have clips of other ones also because that is simply it is not tied to any particular occasion. Majority of it is 1954 scenes. Yeah.
That's the video. The video is included in there where somebody puts the coin on Baba's foot and he freezes.
Oh, right.
That video's in there, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys read about that, I don't know if you have spent the time, but it's worth your time to read it through Lord Mayher or any other. I'm sure there's somebody else who kept documentation of the Three Incredible Weeks, but even the Lord Mayher documentation by Bao is very, very lively and it's filled with beautiful quotes and facets of
Actually, I think
information.
yeah, there
3
is a movie
Incredible
on.
Weeks that was made by Bill Lepage. Bill Lepage of Australia.
Bill LePage?
3 Incredible Days. Bill Lepage.
Yeah. Which one was made by him?
3 Incredible Days.
Weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, weeks. Sorry.
What do you mean Bill LePage?
Yeah.
There's a movie. There's a movie called The Three Incredible Weeks.
weeks.
There's a movie called that?
Yeah.
I mean, wow, that's pretty detailed in that sense for a
Whoa.
movie. Yeah, and that's a beauty actually. Try seeing that. I mean, Billy Page's narration, and then he
Yeah.
explains in detail. Yeah.
Oh, I need to see that.
Mm.
I didn't know that was
I guess it's on the YouTube. I'm sure it is. Yeah.
3 Incredible Weeks, Bill LePage. Have you guys met Bill LePage?
Yeah, we have
Yes.
seen him at Mayer Center, and of course, yeah.
It looks like they don't have the full video. They had just have, when I type that into YouTube, it's just a lot of videos of Bill LePage talking about Baba.
But I can send you. I have the video with me. I mean, I have a digital version of it.
Is
If
it,
you want, I can put it on the
how
web.
long is it?
I think it's roughly 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh,
45
wow.
minutes.
No, more than that.
Or
More
that
than
maybe. It was
62
long.
minutes. Yeah,
Yeah.
62 minutes or something like that.
Oh my goodness.
I
Well,
think I have it right here. I can mail it to you. I mean, I can send the link and then you can download it.
it would work if you send it over
No, I can put it in the drive, like the songs I sent you,
oh.
and then you can simply download it. Yeah. Google Drive or whichever drive, OneDrive.
Yeah, I mean that would absolutely be I would very much like that. I just recently have been reading so much about that time, and when I had that dream about being there, so it feels very special to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Prakash, are you talking about the Three Incredible Weeks film narration by Darwin Shaw?
I thought it is Billy Page, but I could be wrong. I mean,
Well,
the one.
like the first shot is Age After Age.
Oh, that's the Meher Baba's call, right? That's 1954 scenes. I mean, 1954. I don't know which particular event, major event when all people gathered.
Can you? Are you able to play a little bit of it? Just the beginning of it?
I think, yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's the same movie, Meher Baba's call, but let me play it a little bit. Yeah.
Starts with a bus.
What's that?
Said the scene of the Incredible Ways starts with a bus.
With the bus.
Bus. BUS, bus.
Yes. There's a 7 minutes preview.
No. Oh, 3 Incredible Weeks. Okay.
Yeah.
Here it is. Let me share my screen and then you would know. But you're asking about Age After Age. That's a Meher Baba's call.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then there's, yeah, you're right. There's Bill LePage and yes, I see it. There's a 7 minute preview, Alan, on YouTube. If you Google Three Incredible Weeks with Meher Baba.
Yes, I've seen this Meher Baba's call, but is that's a different thing than this video that's 60 minutes long with Bill LePage called 3 Incredible Weeks?
Yeah. I think it is different. Yeah. Probably they didn't put it on YouTube. I don't know, but I do have one digital version with me.
And does it have video that is only specific to Bill's, like what he included in the video, or is it kind of pieced together like Meher Baba's call is?
No, this is, the way I recall, I haven't seen it recently, but Bill LePage goes day to day, what happened on the first day, what happened on the second day, third day, fourth day, till the time they leave. And apparently it rains heavily on one day, and then he goes through every small detail. It's actually very good.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
it's by filmed by Bob Fredericks. It's 1.5 hours long.
Yeah, it's long.
And yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I remember that scene. All right, when Baba was asking for some water to be poured over his hands, and somebody did something where he had to start over, and he asked Padre to go get some of that rainwater, to scoop it with his own hands and to pour it over his hands. And I just thought that scene is I'm like, wow, geez. What is the significance of that? It was like dirty, like very dirty, collected rainwater, like asked Padre to go get that and pour it over his hands.
It's a fairly recent movie in comparison, 2019.
Oh, that's brand new.
Well, I thought I have it. Now I'm checking. Yeah, no.
Oh,
I'll
maybe,
see.
sorry, maybe it's 2009.
Oh, 2009.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is more recent than Meher Baba's Call.
Oh, yeah.
That probably came out in the
You know,
80s.
Farishte, I was thinking we might probably want to have a movie night. I mean, I have a bunch of videos about, I've collected from Nosh. So I can share a bunch of, I have 100 or 150 or something. Some big
Oh, my
number.
God, really?
Wait, do you have video of Baba that's not readily available?
What is that?
Well, I mean, like when I
I
say,
just found out I don't have the 3 Incredible Weeks digitized, but I think I have it somewhere, but I'll get it. Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
I mean, do you have videos of Baba that like one would not necessarily find on YouTube or
I have to
easily?
check. I'm sure I do. I'm sure. I
Yeah.
think I do, but you never know. In these days, everything is available on YouTube, but
Yeah.
it's rare not to find one on YouTube. But
Yeah.
if there is something that you have specific, okay, the ones you may not find are the Witness series, and which obviously you can buy from Sharia bookstore, or you can watch it in Meher Center or any place. But I have a bunch of Witness series movies. These are recordings
Witnessary?
of Witness series,
Oh.
yeah. And about 10 or 15 of them. These are interviews of Baba lovers who have met Baba in physical form mostly, and their experiences. They all last 45 minutes.
Huh.
It's good ones. They're actually good.
Hmm. Yeah, I've been looking for videos of Baba on YouTube, and I can't come across recently some ones that I'm like I haven't seen before, like from 1950s, but yeah, a lot of it seems to be kind of recycled footage of Baba.
Yeah.
But I know that I've heard from other people, maybe one person told me like actually this is barely scratching the surface of what they actually have, like the Sufi Center has or other
Oh,
people
Sufi
have.
Center may have enormous amounts of
I
material.
can't believe that. I was like, I thought the whole reason I wanted to go to the Sufi Center when I went there was to maybe check out some of their videos. And I said, "So can I see your archives?" And they're like, "Nope." And I was like,
Mhm.
"Why not?" And they were like, "We just don't show that to the public and to people who are non-Sufis." And I was like, okay. But then they have gold ceilings. That was a very interesting trip for me.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I think the Witness series was made by, sponsored by Sufis, and then they did this, all these movies, the ones I'm talking about. I can actually read out some names of these CDs so we know what they are all about. Here I have.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a movie night some night, I'm definitely down. If you could do it on a Sunday or a Monday, I totally
But
support
again,
that.
I would rather have Angela think about it. It's much better if it comes from
Yeah.
there. Yeah, obviously her schedule and some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if, like you said, if something.
She'll schedule anything you guys want, as long as it doesn't interfere with with current programming for times.
Right.
And even if it did, let's say you figure out a night that's best for you all, we can put you in a separate room. So
that's right.
there's infinite space for programs.
Oh, okay.
Well, within reason.
Within reason.
Right.
I have this one on DVD called Beyond Words.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my DVD player is not working and I can't get any repair work done. And then I have this other one called Whispers, Grace of the Divine. It's got something to do with Nan Umriger's son as well. And it says here, when this divine love engulfed young Karl Umriger, he left his earthly home to become Baba's right-hand man in the other world. And the whispers of love flowed on, till 6 years later, Nan Umriger, Karl's mother, heard them too. Baba's love flowed through Karl's family. Nan became the harbinger of that divine love and solace for hundreds of others, like Amy Rabadi and Nisha Ghosh. That Baba lived and loved and had come to awaken is testified by his living disciple Bauji and the millions of Baba lovers across the world. And he continues to be just a whisper away.
Oh.
I have a couple more, but I have to look, look for them now. I don't know where they all are.
Just quickly, let me see if I can share my screen just to show you
There
what.
are important DVDs every Baba lover should watch. Four, or rather, I can say 5. One is Human Side of Meher Baba.
Yeah.
God, the other side of Meher Baba, and also 1955, 54, 55, and 58 hours.
Yep.
55 hours, Baba made everyone to weep because all. So everybody was so annoyed with that. But 58 hours was a very, very, you can find Baba was in a very happy mood, waving the train where Andhra people were living at that time. And everything was in 58 hours. And then 62 and 65. 62 is the East-West gathering. There are that is made by recently, Bob Frederick made the new version of that is In the House of My Father. And then the other one is 65 is the ancient one.
Right. So here are some titles I have, Alan. I don't know if you have seen Becoming His, and then again Erujya Sawala, and then Living with God by Irene Below, Becoming His, like Cotton. I mean, I don't know why I can't expand this. I was hoping to have this whole thing read, but anyway. So that's Caught in Meher Baba's Net, Witness series. I think these were done by Sufis, but they actually have, and this my experience with Meher Baba in America in 56 and 58 program. Lud Dimple, his experiences. Oh, his experience of, let's see, hang on. It says about 3 incredible weeks. Ooh.
I just Googled it. Shariar is out of stock on it. But if anybody wants to order it, the Chicago Center had several copies. And I brought it to donate to the Circle of Friends for their book sales. So I can, if you guys want to order it through us, I can provide. I just have to find it in boxes.
What was that you were saying? You were offering? Which movie?
The 3 Incredible Weeks movie.
Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, if I cannot get hold of it, maybe I'll request you to get me one very soon.
All right. And in case you guys didn't know, there's also a book called 3 Incredible Weeks with Meher Baba. 1954 edition.
What?
And yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where do you get that? Is it online?
It's online for $23 at Amazon.
Who's the
yeah.
author for that?
Let me see. Malcolm Schloss and Charles Purdom. This is a very old book.
This is it just has some of their experience, their personal experiences with Baba. There. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all there.
And you know, the Meher Baba archives on YouTube is very helpful. They have all these interviews with the Mandali and other people who were around Baba and their stories. I see one here for Amrit Irani.
Oh.
She told a beautiful story that shook my world when I wasn't expecting it at all. She was just casually talking about walking into a room and seeing Mara combing Baba's hair, and it was like just a very personal moment. She was just, the sun was shining on Baba's face, and Mara combing Baba's hair very gently and carefully, and just she said just the look on Mara's face as she was doing it kind of like made her feel so much love that she had to, like, I don't remember if it was like she had to walk out of the room or she was just so kind of like blasted with this love. And I remember just like eating lunch or something, or I was just like doing something very casual, and I went from night to day in the amount in my emotional state. I literally just immediately started weeping, like very hard, very, very intense, like a big waterfall of. It was very, very shocking for me because I was just not ready. It was like within 1 second, you know, I visualized, or, you know, the image came to my mind very clearly, and I never forget that. You know, I just thought I was listening to another Baba story.
Yeah.
You never know when these kind of things, you know, hit you. I'm sure you guys
Exactly.
know what I
You
mean.
know, that's very true. There were times when I read the same message, not much seems to happen. I mean, but the same message, when it comes from somebody or on a given day, it just makes a big impact. I mean, so I think, I don't know what it is, but that's what happens.
Well, you know, I never asked you, Prakash, was there I know you grew up around Baba, and your family did, and you know, some of your family even met Baba, but I mean, did you have a particular moment? This is something somebody asked me, and it was hard for me to answer, so I can imagine you know, there's no straight answer sometimes, but was there a moment where you kind of, where you could say that you sort of like put your head down at Baba's feet and were like, kind of, you know, there was that moment where you're like, you've met the Lord, you know?
Yeah. I mean, actually, I mean, my story, as I told you earlier, right since childhood. I mean, we knew nothing but, you know, Baba in the house. I mean, in the family.
Yeah.
But we are also traditional. I mean, my mom used to do all this, some traditional stuff at home. I mean, you know, all this arti things, and then having picture idols of God in front and things like that for some time, actually.
Were you guys a certain religion, or was it just your whole family started with Baba?
No, when I was born, we were already into Baba, but we would not still leave these rituals and ceremonies for at least 10 more years. It took a while for, not me in particular, but my mom. My dad was very much into orthodoxy a little bit. So that used to happen. I mean, when everybody in the family totally came into Baba and threw off everything to do with rituals and ceremonies, I think, for, if I remember correctly, it took about 15 years, even after knowing about. Yeah. It's a slow process, but that's how it happened. Now, when I go home, there's no ritual, no ceremony, and obviously after those 15 years, slowly, Baba weaned people out of the orthodoxy in some way,
Yeah.
and then totally got into him. But when I was born, I mean, we used to have all Baba gatherings at home every Saturday and things like that. So I sort of slid into the setup really. But my real moment came when I was actually, when I say real moment, when you actually feel very strongly.
Yeah.
One thing is just being in the prayers and then doing all that stuff. But I was 27 and I lost my job. In India, you don't lose jobs in those days. This is way back in 1987. Losing job, if you get it, you have it for your life, literally. And that too a government job. I mean, I was in what do you call public sector in an oil company, HPCL.
Oh, wow.
But what happened was I cheated. We were fresh from college and, I mean, wanted to, so I took up the job and a bunch of us were sent to Bombay for some training at one of the famous schools for management. So we all went, and the rules say that they give you good privilege in the sense you can travel there's several classes of trains. I mean, in a train you have several classes depending upon the comforts you can afford.
Yes.
And they provide you with the first class in the sense that you'll have a room with a couple of only 2 people and stuff like that.
Right.
And obviously you would spend more money for that. The company gives that money. So what many people do, which I also followed doing, was to go in the cheapest class. I mean, not necessarily the lowest, but second class or something. And you'd spend 1/10 of the money. So you spend that 1/10 from your pocket, and we are about 10, 15 friends from this particular company which hired us. We all went in like that, I mean, and pocketed the rest of the money. So the company gives you, say, 2,000 rupees. We spent only 200. The rest 1,800 went into our pocket. And we did that. We went to Bombay and then had this management training. And then again, we did the same thing on the way back. So, and use that money for other things like buying clothes and all that stuff. But anyway, we came back and happily everybody was working. And then suddenly we had some a vigilance department which looks into any wrongdoings in the company. And so they didn't want to take out all the people who did this particular thing, but they handpicked a few randomly, and I turned out to be one of them. And so among the about 20 or so people, they picked 3 people, and I was one of them.
Oh, wow.
And they said, well, I mean, you did this, what do you want to say? And I said, well, I mean, I did it, and then you know it, and what is there to say? And then boom, I was out.
Wow.
And that never happens in a public sector unless you commit a serious crime. I mean, really serious. But here, this is not that serious. I mean, well, I mean, ethically it is wrong. There's no doubt about it.
Right.
But so, and they took me out. It never happens in companies, public sectors.
Yeah.
And once I was laid off, and then I looked for a job it took me about 9 months before I could get a job. But during that time, I was a little much more spiritual than usual. And my younger brother, I told you about him, right? He is my little guru at home. He is the one giving me all kinds of beautiful books and then talk about Baba and all. He took me to Manonash cave. I mean, there's this cave in Hyderabad where Baba did a lot of work on and highlighting the mind. So I went there, and then and that's when I strongly felt about it. I mean, I just I couldn't stop myself. I mean, I was staring up like crazy. And
And
I
this
think
was in the
that's
caves. In the
the
caves,
cave. Yeah,
you
the
felt
cave.
this movement. This
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
I felt very strongly about it. I mean, that's if I have to recall, that's probably the moment when something
Mm.
really started stirring up in my heart. I mean, earlier I
Wow.
was a devout, definitely. I mean, you do bhajans, and I'm fortunate, right? In India, in the surroundings where I lived, it's not a very well-to-do area, but then we were surrounded by temples and mosques and all that stuff. You wake up in the morning, you can't avoid. I mean, there are no rules in India. You can start playing devotional music at 4 in the morning, and nobody will stop you.
Wow.
And if you at 5 in the morning, everything starts. I mean, the mosque people will start reciting prayers of Allah, and the temple start blaring music of Rama and Krishna. So you're bombarded by the sounds. I feel very good about it now, actually. At that time, it seemed irritating, but I feel good about it now. And then it's just, I think that's a life in India. I mean, I sometimes miss it. We go to college or school, there are so many temples. And then when you see something like a temple, I mean, somehow this reverential feeling pops in, and then you can't cross that place without bowing down to the God. You want to salute him once and then
Wow.
keep going. So it's part of daily life, but without, at that age, not much feeling, honestly. But slowly, but that background sort of, I think, sustains you in the later years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those caves are they closed off now, or are they still open to the
No, no,
public?
no. It's actually become much more. So many people are visiting now, and it's been well done, roads laid, and all that stuff. Earlier, you would walk on a hill. I mean, all kinds of rocks and everything.
Wow.
But now there are roads and everything, and there are lots of Baba lovers out there working very hard. And they have a program every week, I think, every week.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of people come down, and it's a very special cave, I think, at least for me.
Have you been back before?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I go every year pretty much because of I go every year. Whenever I go, there are two places I may not go anywhere else. I don't
Wow.
miss Mehrabad. I don't miss
Really?
Manraj cave. Yeah, yeah, all the
You
time.
don't miss I mean, you've been to Baba's tomb, correct? I mean,
Of course, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but that place this caves are more to you there's a connection there at the caves more than the tomb at
I mean, I don't know. In my mind, I never try to identify one as being better than
yeah.
the other. It never happened to me.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, given an opportunity, every year whenever I go, there were days when I was there in, it takes about overnight journey to go to Mehrabad from where I live in Hyderabad, and I had only just 2 days or one day in the schedule that I have.
Yeah.
So I take a bus in the night, end up in Mehrabad in the morning, and do the arti, and then start back by the very evening, and then get back home. That also happened a couple of times.
Wow.
Yeah, but my brother is the one who comes with me all the time.
Is your brother still in India? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he is, and he is very active. He's one of the most active guys I know. I mean,
I've never seen he's never come here though. He's
no,
not.
no, he didn't. I know he has come here for work, and
No, I
he
mean he's
visited.
come to Arti. Has he ever come to this Arti
Oh,
circle?
no, no.
No.
He is busy in his old. See, Hyderabad Center is very active.
Ah.
And there's so many programs that go on. He has to make videos, special videos all the time.
Ah.
And he does a whole lot of Baba work. I mean, he's immersed. Remember, I gave you. Did you give me your number? I mean, did you add yourself to the sautarmeher.org group?
No, I haven't added any name.
Well, try it. I mean, I'm not saying that you should, but give it a shot. I mean, I tell
Yeah,
you,
what is it called? If you
avatarmeher.org. That's the website.
Avatar Meher. .org.
.org. Yeah. If you go there, you can subscribe to getting a message which he sends every day by email, or you can have it sent to your phone. If you want it to be sent to your phone, I can send your phone number to him.
Oh, the Hyderabad Center, that's right.
And a
Oh,
bunch of good songs there actually. Go to multimedia section. Oof, there are hundreds of songs out there actually. You may love some of them.
oh, you can hear the songs on the website.
Right there. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mononash. Mononash, what does that mean? Destruction?
Annihilation of mind. Annihilation of
Annihilation.
mind. Man
Wow.
or Nash. Man means mind. Nash means annihilation.
Wow. Have you heard that story of with Padre where Baba sent him a letter telling him that he was going to, because Padre basically used to be in charge of giving Baba details about the weather.
Mm.
So he would write Baba little telegrams that would say today's weather is rainy, da 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 da. But then one of these times he basically decided to be a little bit more dramatic. And
Mm.
so he said, by your grace, the weather today is filled with blah blah blah. He just kind of filled it up a little more. And Baba replied, you have no idea how I'm going to destroy your very being. Like, I am going to completely dismantle all of your inner workings. Like, he just basically, it sounded horrendous. It sounded really scary.
Yeah,
But
it is.
Padre's reading this and he's so elated. He's so elated and so happy. And everyone's like, what's the letter say? What's the letter say? And like, he shows people, look what Baba said to me. And like, they're like, that's terrifying. Like, he was like, I'm
So,
going to
when was
destroy
that?
you.
When was that? I mean, any
Uh,
particular timing? I mean, generally
God,
before New Life, after New Life.
I'm trying to even remember when, I don't know where I read this, but it was, good
And
gracious.
did Padri have anything happen internally to him after this communication?
Yeah, to me, that was basically, my interpretation was that Baba was telling Padre, this is your last run around or something, and that's why he left. He left in the way that he did. He just was so scrubbed down to dust that he just
Mm.
literally left saying sincerely yours. Like he just went out, like, I mean, because Baba promised him that. He's like, I promise you that you will be annihilated, like
Mm.
there'll be nothing left of you. And then so he just took that as like, I'm it's my ticket. It's my ticket. I'm out, like like, yeah.
Uh,
Did you meet Padre?
I may have seen him. I tell you, I mean, other than Erich, and
Oh, you met Erich.
yeah, I mean, when I say I met, I mean, I tell you, I mean, when I started really going, I went in my first trip, if I remember right, to Mehrabad was in 77, I think, 74, 77, around that time. I don't recall exactly. But
That's early.
yeah, that's when I went. I was doing my 10 plus 2, and I think at that time the whole family was going, and we went. And that very few facilities during those days. I mean, you go there, it was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tough. I mean,
You were there in 74. That's incredible.
no, I don't know. It's probably 70s, between 74 and 77, I went once.
Yeah.
And then after that, a couple of times, but more regularly after I came to this country, because I've been going every year to India. When you go there, you can't miss Mehrabad. My brother,
Oh, yeah.
and my brother will draw the schedule. The moment I come in, he asks, when are you coming? Then he looks at what I have to do, and then he says, okay, we are going to Mehrabad on this day. I leave it to him. He is my guru at home.
Wow. Well,
And
that's incredible.
he's so young and so unbelievable.
How old is he?
I mean, he is just 2 years younger to me.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I'm 60 now. He is 58.
58. Wow. And your mom is still around?
My mom's, yeah, she's 85 now. I mean, she's around. I mean, she's
Wow.
pulling along. Baba is taking everything out of her. And she's
Wow.
another incredible woman, I tell you. Wow.
Wow. She
She's
must
like,
relate to what she went through meeting him,
yeah,
meeting
yeah.
Baba.
She's seen Baba twice, 62 and 65.
Was it
And
for a quick one of those times where
yeah, in the
people are
mass
passing?
darshans. Yeah,
Yeah.
in mass darshans. Nothing on a personal level in Guru
Yeah.
Prasad or something.
Wow.
But yeah. But my grandfather had several pictures with Baba. I mean, I have a couple of them. He had he was in very close quarters, not necessarily in public
Wait, your
gathering.
your grandfather
Yeah.
would be in kind of private meetings with Baba?
Well, he did because he had a darshan where he went to. He was not a follower of Baba to begin with, right? And then he was a follower of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of the perfect masters.
Yep.
And then he wouldn't give up. I mean, one of the earlier Baba Mandali by name Chagan Master was actually giving some homeopathic medicines or something. And it so happens my grandmother had a problem on her leg, and then there was a boil, I mean, some sort of eruption, I mean, which would not get cured by allopathic medicines and all. And somehow they come in touch with Chagan Master, who says, I can help you with some medicines. And they take the medicine from him. And then he says, well, take this, but take Baba's name when you take it. And so she does that, and then lo and behold, it works.
Wow.
And that starts off the process in their minds. I mean, we should. And my grandmother first actually is the one to be in touch with Baba, in the sense she would go to Ahmednagar Center and be part of the bhajan singing. She used to love songs, and then she would go there and enjoy songs and all that stuff.
What year was that?
This is 19. I was born there actually in Ahmednagar. So close yet so far, right? I was born in Ahmednagar in a hospital called Booth Hospital. That's when my grandfather first came in touch with Baba in 59.
59.
Yeah, and that's when they came to be in touch with Baba. And then what happens was, and my Baba Chagan Master works on my grandfather and says, there's no harm in seeing Baba. Why don't you come? My grandfather refused several times, but one day he says, well, why not I go to him since he's staying so many times. So he goes there, and Baba asks each one around, have you slept well? What do you do? And all the new people are being asked. So when it comes to my grandfather's son, Baba says, what do you do? I mean, I said, Baba, my grandfather says, I work in the defense department here. And then Baba in the process also asks, who do you follow? And he says, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Then Baba says, you're doing the right thing. Keep doing what you're doing. And then he says, I know you have resisted. Baba also said this, you have a clean heart, he told him. And I know you resisted coming to Ahmednagar because my grandfather had a story. And in those days, coming to Ahmednagar was going to a God-forsaken place, even though Baba was there all the time. I mean, no facilities, nothing. Nobody would want to go there. Too hot and everything. Yeah. And he would resist. He said, I want to go. But he had to go because of some work-related issues. And so Baba says, I know you resisted coming to Ahmednagar. All these things Baba said. And then I think that's it. That started the whole thing.
But then your grandmother was not with
Was
him?
the first one actually. Was the first one to know about Baba and come to. She would go to a trust office. I mean, you've been to Mehrabad?
No, I haven't. I haven't been to India yet. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's much more developed. I mean, during those days, things were very difficult, I was told. Everything was tough. I mean, I tell you, when Jeff and all, when they went there, I really praise these guys. I mean, all the Americans, all these Americans who went, Baba really handpicked them.
Yeah.
He said that, right? They're my gems. My gems will come.
Right.
And the gems from the US have gone. And
Yep.
what they know. I mean, there's so many things that Americans, some of these guys know about Mandali and everything. And
Yeah.
just unbelievable. And that's
Yeah.
why a lot of times when gatherings happen in New York and everywhere, I just want to be there. I mean, there are times when I may not appreciate the music that probably happens there and other things. I don't care. I just be there. You know,
Yeah.
just,
Did you
it's
ever go
like,
to the Northeast gathering?
oh, I do all the time. From the time when Bhav started coming, I mean, Bhav was coming since way back, but I came here in 91. I think my first Northeast gathering was perhaps in 94 or 95 around that time. And I never missed any after that.
You've been to every single one?
Every single one. Yeah.
Were you
After
there
I
2 years
started
ago?
going.
2 years ago?
Yeah, I did. We all go as a family. And
What?
these guys, Jake Lawton, his parents, they run the show there actually. They are the key people. Jake
Oh,
and
they're the key people.
Angela used to be one of the key persons there.
I'm trying to remember if I'm trying to remember because I went with Adrian one of those years. I'm trying to remember what year it was though.
I have gone, but I did see Adrian there singing. Yes, yeah.
Did you see
Which year?
Adrian?
I don't know.
Did you see Adrian singing with a guy one time?
I may have. I don't recall. You know, my memory is only so good. Shailaja knows every detail. I mean, she's my diary.
Yeah.
Which year? I mean, I didn't miss any. If I miss anything,
You didn't
there
miss
must be a
any.
very strong reason. I may not have been here in this country at that time.
No, oh here. Maybe 2016, 2017?
Oh, I definitely didn't miss it. I didn't miss it. Who was a special guest on that time? I mean, beyond the singers, there would be a person to talk, right?
Charles Haynes.
Yeah, I did go. Charles Haynes introduced his partner that time. Yeah, I remember that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Charles Haynes came with his. I mean, you know, he has a male partner, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That was when he introduced him.
Christopher, that's his name. He introduced
Yeah.
Christopher, and then his talk is just unbelievable. Charles
God.
is a wonderful guy.
Yeah, that was the time when I would say my heart was definitely for the first time open to Baba during that Northeast gathering with
Oh,
Charles.
so you were there. I mean, we must have seen each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally probably have seen you before, but we just passed each other.
Even the family with just Jaisima and Shailaja,
Oh, they were there?
they also come. I mean, they came to this country a little later than I did, but they are very devout. And they're great family. I mean, unbelievable.
I mean, I don't there was I don't know if it's different every year. It's probably hard to remember, but when I went, I was not a Baba lover, so I was just, had just met Adrian, and so she asked me, "Do you want to go?" And I just had this feeling like I had to. So I went there, and the first thing I saw was people. I walked in and looked to the left to the big room, and
This is Warwick, right? You're talking about Warwick, New York. Warwick.
Warwick.
Yeah,
Let me.
that's a place,
Can I screen
hilly
share?
place, beautiful hilly place, and then you have there's a church by the side, and then it's on a mountain. Is
Yeah,
that
I want to screen share this real quick. I have a picture of it I took. I don't know if it's the same.
because
This is
last 5 years it's been happening at Warwick. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's Warwick.
this right here?
Yeah, yeah. I stayed there for 3 days once in that building. They give rooms there. It's expensive.
Yes. Yeah, they
Yeah,
gave rooms.
yeah. It's
Yes.
expensive. For a family of four, it can cost you as high as $800 or
Oh
900.
my goodness. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's just me and Adrian, so we were lucky. But this is my blog. But yeah, this is I write about that experience here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yes. That
That's
so then we
Warwick. Yeah.
we must have we must have steered near each other in
Mm.
that place. That's interesting. Yeah, that was
I
I
mean,
love.
I don't stay at the place all the time because of the cost and
Oh
the
yeah.
thing, but I did stay two times during this for 3 days. Otherwise,
Uh,
I tend to be a Saturday guest. I mean, I come in the morning, leave in the evening.
oh, okay. Okay. So you could have been because I was sitting right in the very front with when Charles was speaking and he
I
spoke.
was there. I do remember that talk.
Oh, you
Yeah,
do?
yeah, very clearly remember Charles. I may have the recording also. I think
Whoa.
Phil used to record, and sometimes I would also just parallelly record, taking the audio feed from him. You know,
Wait, you recorded that time?
I have to check my records, my videos. Yeah, I mean they must be somewhere in some disk. But
Whoa.
I used to record. I did record. I record that guy. What's his name? That's not in Warwick, but in another place. The guy who used to carry Baba's chair in Myrtle Beach, the Tex Hightower, yeah.
Oh,
When
Tex
Tex spoke,
Hightower.
yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
Tex spoke, I did record him. And
Yeah. That that talk was very incredible, but before I had listened to that talk, I was just, I did not know what was happening, so I just saw people bowing down to Baba Sadra, and I saw,
mm,
the video playing. Like I walked into the room in the morning, and I didn't know anything. Adrian never said that he was God. She just said he was. She said, well, he's the avatar, and I said, in my
yeah.
mind, I thought, just any avatar. Everybody says they're avatar. I just didn't think of it. I just thought there was multiple at the same time. I didn't know the term. But then I walked in, and that video is playing on the TV that's up there, and it was the Erich interpreting, Baba's words in 1967, that Von Gastrin film, and he was like, I mean, this is just when I'm waking up in the morning, and he's like, Baba, tell me who you are, and then and then literally Erich's voice and Baba's like signing like this, and he's like, I am God in human form. And I was like, oh, what? Like, I remember that feeling was like overwhelming for me. Like, I was like, I felt scared. I didn't know what happened to me, but I looked around the room and I didn't know what was happening. I was like, am I in a strange place? Who are these people? And then people are bowing down to this white dress. I didn't know it was called a sadra. And then they're bowing down to the couch, and I was just overwhelmed. And then we went to go have lunch, and that's when Charles approached me, and he said, I was picking out some condiments or something from the table, and he said hi, and I turned around, and he's like, is this your first time here? And I was like, yes, and I think I didn't really want to talk to him, and he was like, well, hi, my name's Charles Haynes. Nice to meet you. I'm like, nice to meet you, Charles. Thank you, thank you. And then he was like, who did you come here with? I was like, oh, I'm here with Adrian. He's like, oh, you're with Adrian, and he just was so kind of like happy and up. And he's like, would you like to sit over at our table with me and my husband? And I said, oh yeah, okay. I kind of opened up like, sure. And then I realized like everybody wanted to be sitting with Charles, and I was like, "What's going on? Like maybe this guy, maybe this guy is well known or something." Because, but it was very sweet the way it happened. Baba really, he just always every corner, every time I felt uncomfortable or scared, he would always there'd be some synchronicity that would happen that would make it very familiar all of a sudden. It would just something would happen where it's just all of a sudden it's not strange or it's not super spiritual, hyper amazing
Right.
experience, but it's just
Mm.
very from my heart. So
I
that was
think
my
that
intro.
I really missed the physical Northeast gathering because you would see all these wonderful guys like Marvin, he's always there. And a few people from upstate New York. I mean, what's his name? Bill Cliff used
Do you
to
know
come.
Paulie?
Paulie, of course, yeah. All this, I mean, there's one guy from Rhode Island. I name his name David something. I forget his name. I mean, there are some regulars. You can't miss them. It's just
Yes.
nice to gather every year and just say hello and eat together. And
Angela is in Cliff.
Angela is like the key person, right?
Yeah. Angela and Cliff.
She would
And
have her books show and all those nice T-shirts and then buttons and whatnot, everything.
yeah. Yeah, that was that was a very interesting experience for me. I never thought I was going to go to New York. I never I never wanted to go to New York as I grew up in California, so you know, there's really no need to go to another big city. Um, but you know, that
Yeah, I mean,
was a beautiful experience.
a couple of things at least I didn't want to miss. I mean, I either went to Mehrabad or to Myrtle Beach. I mean, sometimes to both every year. Because annually my kids, when they were small, they would love to go to the beach. And what better place is there, right? I mean, go to Myrtle Beach, go to the beach, and also get Baba atmosphere and Baba people. And that used to be a beautiful routine. July means Myrtle Beach.
July, wow. The
I
two
would love
times
it.
I went in February. It was
Oh,
colder.
that actually, the best time is April. First week of April is probably around March, April is probably something I like really.
Like the weather,
But
weather-wise?
weather-wise, I mean, inside also it'll be just perfect actually. Just
Oh,
perfect.
maybe next
I mean,
time
but
I go, I'll go that time frame.
I mean, the warmest water, the Jersey Shore here is terrible. I mean, you can't just step into it. The water is like cold. But the best Myrtle Beach water is 80 all the time. It's 75 to 80.
Wow.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, in February it's pretty cold. It gets pretty cold. I mean, it's not ice cold, but
Yeah.
it's like chilly and the air is very crispy. It's very dry, crisp, but it still is like the sky is very beautiful and clear some days. Some days it rained, light drizzles, but we would always go. We went two times for my birthday, February 20th. So I got to spend my birthday there, but that was the first time there was very special. I just felt like Baba. I really did feel like it felt like Baba had invited me to his home. It was a very personal feeling. Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, Baba's house and
Yeah.
Lagoon Cabin and
Yeah.
yeah, it's a beautiful. I mean, I think one of the beautiful experience there is eating in the common dining refectory.
Yeah.
I used to love lunches there. I mean, so many people come down to eat together, and then.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's where I met Jeff. I didn't know Jeff, but luckily, Adrian knows all these people from the past because she's been going to India since 2006 or 2007, I think, or so she's met all these people and all these Baba lovers. They all know Adrian. So, I'm getting introduced to Jeff and to Angela and to all these people who, otherwise I probably wouldn't have reached out myself and been like, "Hi, my name is Alan." Like, I'm not very social, I'm not super sociable. So she's the social butterfly. So
Oh, I know.
I'm standing next to her and she's like, "Hi, hi." And then they're like, "Who's this?" And I'm like, "Hi, my name's my name's Alan." But yeah, Jeff was very sweet when we went the first time I don't think we were the first time I
Oh,
don't think
Jeff.
we were married, but the second time
And
we were just married.
it's hard not to know Jeff once you go to Myrtle Beach. I mean, he's
Yeah.
just a beautiful person. Yeah,
Yeah.
kids love him. I mean, everybody loves him. Kids,
Yeah.
he's like kids. I mean, he plays with them. I mean, he arranges basketball game. What is that, volleyball and stuff
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
And everybody, I mean, maybe you haven't played volleyball in your whole life, but you go there, you feel like hitting a couple of balls, and because
I don't I don't think I never saw Jeff in that state because it was all I think it was all still closed down from the cold in
Oh,
February.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because the time I used to go, and but you know, Jeff is like this. Jeff is when kids come, he would create that time. He's a
Wow.
busy person, you know that, right? When kids
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
he'll go to their cabins or meet them somewhere on his walks. I mean, on his thing around, and
Yeah.
then he'll say, "Hey, Sandeep, my son, he plays basketball or volleyball." And he'll
Yeah.
say, "Are you coming at 4 o'clock or 4:30?" And then boom, and the kids are just waiting for the time to
Wow.
time to be 4:30, and then they'll all gather. It's wonderful time, and
Wow.
it's just,
Yeah, yeah. The last time we were there with Jeff, we had just gotten married, and he just was very, he was just very moved by. We were just, sharing about our experience, about, what how we just got, because we literally got married, and then the next day we went to Myrtle Beach,
mm,
and so we had the wedding, and everything was very stressful, and then we moved, and then we went to Myrtle Beach, and Jeff was very, very, everything we were saying, he was just getting all teared up, like he just was just so moved by everything. And I was like, wow, like he really cares. Like everything
oh,
we're sharing, he's really taking it personal, like he very, very
no.
listening to
And that's
everything.
his specialty. Yeah, I mean, I mean,
Yeah,
you feel it, right? I mean, he feels what I mean, that kind of thing. I mean,
yeah.
we had a beautiful talk. I mean, several times, of course, but then I very clearly remember the talk by Robert Dreyfus once, and it's just. Have you heard him anytime?
Robert Dreyfus?
Yeah.
I have heard him online, but my Adrian's good friends with Robert's ex-wife,
Oh, okay.
Elisa. But she's talked about some stories, but I've heard some things from Robert, but not a whole lot.
Yeah. I mean, we had an opportunity to listen to him for about an hour or so or longer.
Oh,
And
you
in
mean in
the,
person at the
no,
refectory or something?
in the center at that meeting hall.
Uh, wow,
That was just electrifying. I mean, he can tell stories so beautifully and so soft he is. I mean,
wow,
he's got a great wit and then so soft spoken and his journey to meet Baba is just so incredible. Incredible.
really?
I mean,
I gotta look this up.
imagine, I mean, not having money on your pocket and you have to hitchhike your ride all the way to India from US.
Wow, that's what he did?
And he would sleep in places that you can't even imagine. I mean, in the sense,
Jeez.
he would go to Kuwait and then he says, I have no place, I mean, no money, nothing. I have to somehow manage to sleep somewhere. And then he would just go to some school and then say that, well, I'm here on a transit, can I get some place? And then they say, okay, that room is empty, just go and sleep there. uh,
Wow.
and and then he goes to by ship, obviously,
Oh, that's right. I think I remember
to
that part.
Goa or Bombay, and then he sits on top of the guys who drive those things we call lorries, but they're
Mm.
trucks, right? And he would sit on top of the truck and then goes to some place, goes to Bombay, and then from Bombay hitchhikes to Ahmednagar or somebody meets him. I don't know. No, actually, nobody meets him till he goes to Ahmednagar. And
Wow.
then Baba planned a trip and then he cancels it. And this gentleman, about 15, 20 days before he cancels it, and this man is already on the ship somewhere, and he doesn't know.
Oh my goodness.
So he goes, and Aditya says, why have you come? Who told you to come? That meeting is cancelled, and Baba is in seclusion. You cannot meet him. Sorry. But
Wow.
then since no, but then since you've come all the way from US, and then obviously Robert is telling them, look, I mean, I've been through all this to come just to see Baba. And then he says, Aditya says, well, you have come all the way from there. Let me mention this to Baba.
Wow.
And Baba says, he cannot talk to me. He can only see me for 5 minutes. And that's a
Whoa.
privilege, right? Just
Yeah.
him and Robert Dreyfus, perhaps, I think. just one-on-one,
Wow.
5 minutes, and that too in Baba comes out of his seclusion just to give him that special time.
Well, he didn't get to talk to Baba though. No, no, there was no
Not that time, I
interpretation.
think. Not that time. Not that time. And then I think he had to leave immediately. I mean, Baba tells him something about saying that he had to go or something. But then again,
Wow.
these three guys, Rick Chapman, Robert Dreyfus, and Alan Cohen, are the three guys who were assigned the work of trying to handle the drug problem during 60s. That
Yes.
three
Yeah,
guys were,
to come to America to tell the American
yeah,
people
yeah, yeah.
to not do drugs.
And I tell you, I mean, there are stories I recently heard about it. How many radio interviews these guys gave? I mean,
Really?
Alan Cohen. Ooh, the other day we had a talk by Alan in Hyderabad Center. I mean, my brother obviously told you, right? He asked me to
Yeah.
see if Alan can come. So I wrote to Alan, can you come? And Alan agreed. And he gave a talk the other day.
This is online?
Yeah, online. I mean, I can send you the link actually.
Yeah, if you have the link, I'd love to see
Yeah,
that link.
yeah, I have that link.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
mean, all these programs are on YouTube. I mean, once I give you this link, you will know how to.
Yeah.
There was a talk by Alan Yule and a bunch
Wow.
of other. Peter Nordin, of course, had a talk and a bunch
Oh,
of.
Peter Nordin, yep.
And these three guys, I mean, Alan was saying so many interviews, radio interviews they gave about Baba, and they would simply barge in, and then somehow Baba used to make things happen. I mean,
Wow.
and he says only Baba can do it because the time when they knew that nothing would happen, but in the last minute things change. Then
Wow.
they'll get it. Read this message of Baba's and also talk about the problem of drugs.
That's hard because there's so many people that in America that, especially during that time and even now, just will not hear that statement as the
Hmm.
truth, or they will hear it, but they'll be like, "That's just thank you, but no thank you." Like a lot of people still today, it's actually there's this like renaissance, there's this like new wave of people in younger people or people my age that are wanting to utilize drugs or small
Hmm.
quantities of drugs like mushrooms and
But I think
all kinds of
marijuana has
things.
become a big problem. Marijuana is a problem,
Oh yeah,
right?
it's become a household, many
Yeah.
many 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 many
I mean,
people,
I tell
it's
you,
very
it
casual.
has percolated even middle schools here. Middle schools
Yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, when I was in middle school, I was smoking marijuana. I had no idea what it was, or but people would pass it to me, or I just didn't know the difference. But yeah, in America, I just feel like there's so much access, especially now.
Yeah, I mean, with
There's
legalization in places like Colorado and all that stuff, and many places actually,
California. Yep.
California.
Yeah, many families just grow up
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
it's just in the house, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if you heard Tom Riley. He's
Yeah, yeah. And
told.
Tom is a great guy. I mean, I
Oh,
listened
he's
to him several
amazing.
times. He's a funny guy. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, his experience is just tremendous, of course. And his talking of an imitation of Mandel is just immaculate. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
Prakash,
yeah.
who is the Alan, the one who's in charge of the kitchen at Mehrabad?
Oh, that's Alan Wagner.
Yeah.
Alan
Have you
Wagner.
heard? Have you heard him do the arti? He normally does it around 3:30 in the afternoon. It's so power.
Yeah, I did remember, but I saw him many times at Amar Chiti, actually. Amar Chiti, he does several times.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
No, I just well, I came across him a couple of times in the afternoon, and
okay.
he comes with a couple of his boys, and he just does the arti just for himself. It's like a private little arti,
Yeah, I know, I
and
know.
it's so powerful and it's so beautiful.
Yeah, he's a great guy. I tell you.
Yeah.
I don't. I know him through my sister's son because my sister's son sings very well. Gopi, I don't know if you
Uh-huh.
know, but he sings Baba
Yeah.
Hu and all those things at the end of Amar Tithi.
Hmm.
And he is good friends with Alan. So, I mean, generally, I found out with Alan is whenever people from a different one particular state come, he arranges the lunch, dinner, and everything.
Yeah.
So it suits them, you know. And when many South Indians go, you'll definitely see a lot of idli and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when people from North come, I mean, then he knows what they like, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's service in the background. I mean, you don't even know that's happening.
True.
He's a great guy.
Alan Wagner. I've heard that name, but I don't know. I don't know
He's
if
one
I've
of
met.
those big guys. I mean, pretty bald
But,
and then very big.
but he's been in India for
I
years
mean,
and years, hasn't he?
yeah, I mean, I think Ted and him and they
Yeah.
have been there almost 30, 40 years. I mean,
Did he
Ted
meet
was there in,
Baba?
huh?
Did he meet Baba?
No, no. I
Oh.
mean, neither Ted nor Alan. But Ted came perhaps in really early 70s. I mean, when I say early 70s, perhaps as early as 72, 73. And then he never went back.
Huh.
And when Ted came here to Oklahoma last time, we were there at Oklahoma Center. And he said, I'm coming to the US after 15 years.
Wow.
So that's so few number of visits he made. I can't believe. Ted is
Wow.
another wonderful guy. I mean, I think the place is running because of all these beautiful efforts. I mean, there is Steve from California. You know Steve, right? California. Steve, let me see his
Steve.
full name. I forget Steve something, but I know him as Steve. He speaks Marathi, man. I tell
Wow.
you, he beats the local guys. He works with all these people who build the tents and everything. And he is conversing in Marathi as if
Are you
I
talking
mean,
about Steve Klein?
no, not Steve Klein. Steve from California. I'm talking about
Oh.
Steve from California. Forget his name.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
how.
don't know.
Yeah, very slim guy with a mush, a white mush, and
Yeah.
really
Yeah, but
thick mush, thick mush,
the
and
last time I
slim.
was there, and Ted, was going around. I don't know, he was laying out some markings along the road,
Mm.
I forget what it was for, but it was just him and his German Shepherd in the car, and I met them, and
Okay.
he does a lot of manual work.
Ooh. Ah,
Ted,
everything. I mean,
yeah, is just
when
all
when
over.
when push comes to shove, they're up to everything. I mean, Peter
Yeah.
does that. Peter Nordin does that. I mean,
Mm.
these guys are going on little cycles. I mean, bicycles. I mean,
Yeah.
in the hot sun with all that they have is a hat over the head. I mean, that is a soft one, and then
Yeah.
I mean, the history will speak a lot about these guys for doing whatever they're doing. I mean, just beyond measure.
Where are these guys working at? You're saying they're working, is this in Oklahoma?
No,
Ooh,
at Mirabad.
Mehrabad,
Oh,
Mehrabad.
in Maribot. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Ted is in charge of a whole lot of things out there. I mean,
Mm.
he takes care of the water supply and making sure all that thing and all those gardens out there. I mean, they may have been started by, I mean, I wonder if somebody like Gadekar or somebody also worked initially to kick it off and later Ted and all maintain it and not maintain, expand it and then plan it. They have this drip irrigation process and everything.
Is that to
It just
maintain like Mara's garden or just
no. All the trees that they have
Oh.
planted around Samadhi and behind.
I thought it used to
There's a-
be like from the images that I see online. I to be honest with you, I haven't. Anytime there's some modern images of the Samadhi, I have to look away, and I don't know why that is. But the one I can't look at it because I want to keep it fresh for when I actually see it myself. But the images I remember, they're like, it's like very barren land, and there's like some trees, but it's
Mm.
pretty wide and barren. I'm sure
Now,
it's
now,
quite
now,
different now.
actually, you have so much vegetation thanks to all the
Really?
people. Oh, unbelievable! Very nicely laid
Yeah.
trees in nice rows, and obviously,
Wow.
well thought of, so that they can survive even in the harsh conditions that you encounter in
Oh,
Mehrabad. They did a great job. Great job. I tell you,
wow.
Alan, if you ever go, I'm sure you would know when to go. But if you go, try picking October to February months, any of those time, that time.
October
Then,
to February?
yeah, because
Yeah.
one of the reasons is you'll have the weather will be decent. It'll be hot during the day, no matter what.
Yeah.
But during the night and all, mornings and evenings are perfect. And another good thing is you'll have a lot of Americans also coming down during that time. So you'll see,
Hmm.
some people you can talk to, and then people chat in the Mayor Pilgrim Center, NPR retreat
Yeah.
after dinner and during lunch and after breakfast for a long, long time. So you can
Hmm.
have a lot of one-to-one conversations with people, and it'll be nice.
Is it less busy in a particular month during those months, the October to
No, no,
February?
no. Nowadays, I tell you,
It's usually I normally go around if I go when I go. I haven't been the last couple of years, but February, towards the end of February,
yes.
around Baba's birthday, and then just after that, before they shut down, it's relatively quiet and peaceful. I like going there because I feel I can really communicate, sort of feel one with the whole atmosphere and the whole place. And
This
the
is
weather is
around
also good at
around
that
Baba's
time.
birthday? Like it would
Yeah.
seem that there would be a lot of people
A
for
lot of
Baba's
people.
birthday.
No,
Well,
after.
yes,
She's
just
talking about after.
after. So you could
Oh,
you could be there. You can be there for the birthday, and then people gradually move off. If you plan on staying there a little longer.
yeah.
I tend to agree with Dinku there, because I tell you, people are, I wouldn't say tired, they're exhausted with all the celebrations. Amar Tithi is a big thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you may not realize, but it takes a lot of energy out of people coming from
Yeah.
somewhere, staying there, and all that stuff. People come 10 days before, and then, and they're just total immersed in Baba things.
Wow.
And then February 25th, everybody is busy. All Indians are busy in their local centers. I mean, they just get tired too. So the month of March, I would really think that, like what Dinku said, would be very comfortable. In the sense, you'll have less number of people. But I like people around.
Uh,
I want to meet people. I want to just share and see if I can.
yeah.
Yeah.
What and weather is good in March.
Not bad.
February, March, October is pretty warm. It's rather hot, I would say. So after
October?
say it's hot, but we have the main heat in May and then October. But I think mid-November onwards would
It
be
gets, yeah.
it's better.
A lot of Americans do tend to come early November or late November and hang on till Baba's birthday and then leave. So that generally looks to me would be the most ideal time,
What about
perhaps.
when do the monsoons or the rains come?
Oh, that's July. I actually like July. I mean,
Oh
all
yeah,
that
it's lovely.
cloudy.
It's lovely in the rains as well. But
Yeah.
the NPR, they shut it down from mid-March to mid-June because it's
Oh.
it's too hot and there's
No
the
water. No water.
water problem. Yeah,
But be prepared to
so
have a bath once every alternate
couple
day.
of days. Yeah,
Oh, really? Once
Yeah.
every couple
yeah,
days.
yeah.
I mean, I got lucky last time. They didn't have that restriction because it rained and then they had surplus water and all. But usually it's every other day, and that too, just one
One
bucket.
bucket.
One bucket. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. You don't have showers anyway. You have to just take a small mug and pour water on your head or
Oh,
wherever.
really? That's
It's the Indian style. I like
So
it.
Wow.
Alan, you better start practicing that before you come to India.
No, I can see
Yeah,
Alan. He can fit in anywhere. I mean, he has a,
Yeah.
yeah. I've had some experiences in America. We used to do. I used to do these things called sweat lodges in America. For these, it is part of the Native American culture
mm,
where you
mm,
basically are. Yeah,
living with nature.
you live in very harsh conditions for a few, a little while. You go into a hot, basically like an igloo that's covered in like all
Mm.
these things and it's heated up till you can't breathe, and then you go in the river and you sleep at night on the cold ground, and you wake
Ooh.
up and you have to chop wood and
Oh God, you've been through it. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, that was fun for me. But
My son does that. Right now, he's
oh,
doing
nice.
it. He went to one of the Catskill Mountains here in upstate New York,
Oh,
and they live in the wild. I mean, they have tents and everything. They have barbecues and everything. I mean, but there are no bathrooms.
yeah,
So you just have to, just like a cat, dig a hole and then do whatever, and
yeah.
then and then jump into the river to have a bath.
He's backpacking?
No, I don't know if you call it backpacking, but what he took a car and they built a tent. The bunch of guys they build tents and then
Oh,
cook and then that kind of thing.
wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, I gotta plan, hopefully whenever this they come up with
The
a
COVID thing
vaccine.
can last a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when this COVID thing's gonna kind of slow down. It seems like it's still going up, right?
Hey, Alan, I know you're tired, so you enjoy your
Yeah.
weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go get some rest here.